What's up, you guys? Eddie here at Fliptroniks. We're going to be comparing the iPhone 11 versus the iPhone XS Max for 2020 and talking about which one you should buy. Okay, so if you're looking at getting a new iPhone this year, you're probably going to be confused as hell because there are so many iPhones out right now. You know, you've got the 11, the 11 Pro Max, the 11 Pro, the iPhone XS Max, the iPhone XR. The list really just goes on. Now, the interesting thing about the XS Max is that, you know, you can actually pick this phone up if you look hard enough on Amazon right now for right around $700, but typically the XS Max is going to be selling anywhere from $700 to $1,000 if you're going to get the 64 gig version. Now the iPhone 11 over here, you know, the 64 gig is going to be selling for, you know, $700 straight up. So, you know, if you look hard enough, you might be able to grab the XS Max, like I said, for around $700. I'll have links in the top of the description actually that'll show you that you can pick this phone up for $700 if you get the 64 gig. Okay, anyways, let's just talk about, you know, the main differences. Now, the XS Max, the reason that you'd want to get this phone is because it has a massive 6.5-inch OLED display that looks great for playing games. It looks great for watching video. But the iPhone 11, you know, it's got a 6.1-inch LCD display that still looks just fine. And, you know, when I flip the phones over and you're actually taking a look at the screens on these, you know, they basically have, you know, the notch at the top, but you can clearly see the XS Max is going to be just a lot beefier, okay? And, you know, the fact that the phone's beefier, it's going to be a little bit harder to hold in your hand, to throw in your back pocket. You know, I've never had any issues with that, but getting a bigger phone, that's also something you got to think about. The iPhone 11, I would say it's probably going to be a lot more pocket friendly. It's easier to hold one-handed, but, you know, at the same time, the XS Max, I've really never had too many issues, but it is just something worth pointing out. Now, I wanted to load up some, you know, video on both phones so you can kind of see the video quality difference. I've got the phones basically at 50% volume, so you're going to be hearing them on the same volume setting. I'm going to load up some Disney Plus here. I was going to throw up the Mandalorian, possibly. I think I am going to throw up the Mandalorian. So let's throw some of this up. After I do kind of like a video comparison so you can kind of see that quality, I'm going to do some gaming on a really cool new shooting game that I'm kind of addicted to right now. So maybe let's load up some of chapter 2. All right, let's just load this up on both phones. So I'll keep the XS Max up top, and then we'll keep the iPhone 11 on the bottom here so you can kind of take a look at the screens. This is a really cool show too. If you haven't checked out Disney Plus yet, The Mandalorian is absolutely an awesome Star Wars series. Okay, the other thing too, both phones are set at the same brightness level, but I mean, honestly, you can tell that the OLED display is going to look a little bit better, obviously, than the LCD display, but iPhone 11 really, it's not terrible whatsoever. I still love the iPhone 11, the display on it, but it is going to look a little bit sharper on the XS Max. All right, kind of like a cool little trailer going into, I think this was what, episode 3 or something. Okay, that's going to be that. I'm not going to spend too much time. I just kind of wanted to show some of the video quality when you're watching video. And then, of course, I said I wanted to get into some gameplay. Now, this game I'm about to play, it's called Sierra 7. The game is ridiculous. It kind of came out of nowhere. It's really cool. I'll start up here with the XS Max, and then I'll, you know, make my way down to the iPhone 11. But I will say that if I had to choose a phone, you know, for gaming purposes, man, the XS Max is a really good phone. I mean, all right, let's do this.
Sending in Sierra 7.
Yeah, this game is cool.
Good luck.
Oh. Okay, so I'm going to get into some of the gameplay here, kind of like in the exact same thing with the iPhone 11.
Sending in Sierra 7.
This game is just awesome.
Good luck.
That's a nice double shot. Dang, 3 shots to take that guy out. Switch this up. Let's whip out that grenade. Let's clear the room. Alright, anyways, just a really cool game, and like I said, I wanted to compare both phones gaming-wise. Okay, anyways, just kind of like some of my final thoughts. As far as the XS Max goes, it's a great phone, especially, you know, going into this year. I think that if you get it for the right price point, I would probably say get it over the iPhone 11, but that's if you can get it for around $700. It's going to be fluctuating between $700 and $1,000, depending on where you get it. The iPhone 11, you know, I love the phone, don't get me wrong, but if you can get a bigger display, which will just make it better for, you know, playing games and watching video, I would go with this phone. You know, camera wise, I know that the iPhone 11 has an updated camera on it, but I haven't seen like a ton of differences, you know, in both of these phones for like recording video and camera, and that's from actual personal use. I know the specs might say different, but anyways, that's gonna be it. So if you can get the XS Max for around $700, I would say grab it over the iPhone 11, but if you gotta pay anything more over $700, I would say grab the iPhone 11. So I'll have a, you know, a link down there if you guys want to check either of these phones out for the latest prices on Amazon. If you could smash the like button on this video, I'd appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.